Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And this is like our third attempt over the last couple days at doing a video about this situation with Joe Glass, who is a comic book creator who has gotten in some pretty hot water for saying really stupid stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, well, being part of the conversation that was saying really stupid stuff on
Part of the conversation, now being investigated by the police for allegedly, and I personally think he was joking, but you shouldn't even joke about something like this, allegedly threatening to burn down a feminist convention.
Yeah, that wasn't smart.
Featuring a lot of Muslim women, I believe. Yeah, not a good thing. Not a good thing to even joke about. So we're going to talk about this in the broader sense. This isn't just a video about Joe Glass, but it's about some other people in comics that have been very vocal on Twitter about their dislike of certain groups in the indie crowdfunding community, right? And they have been for several years, but I'm starting to see a pattern emerge.
You're just now starting to see this pattern?
I've been seeing a pattern emerge that many of the people who are the biggest critics of said groups tend to be doing the things that they accuse said groups of doing. Basically, threatening violence, perpetuating violence, doxing, other illegal activity. It's actually kind of concerning how unhinged some of these people really are, and you have to stop and ask yourself, are we really the good guys? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think you really are. I think most people have kind of gotten over...
And it's over comic books.
It's all over comic books. Isn't that stupid? It's all over freaking comic books. Yeah. I think most people have kind of moved on from everything that went down in 2017, 2018 regarding Comicsgate and the comics media and the blah, blah, blah. But there are a few hangers on, including people like Mark Waid, including people like Mark Brooks, who just are still partying like it's 2017.
Well, now they're coming for them.
Now well, that's what I think might possibly be going on. Armchair observation, I think job opportunities are starting to dry up for some of these people. So now they're going harder in the paint. People that have been financially successful. And again, this isn't a political video. I want to disclaim that. I'm not, saying one side or the other of the politics. That's not the issue. Unfortunately, it has come down to politics in a lot of cases, but really, I think that was just a ruse. I don't think it was ever really about politics. I think it was basically
getting rid of competition.
Getting rid of competition, yeah, and using politics as an easy way to take out people you didn't like.
Kind of like Disney wanting to retheme Splash Mountain for years, and they got pushed back every time they mentioned it. So as soon as the BLM movement started, they immediately put it up and said, "Oh, look how amazing we are and how supportive we're being, and look here's the art already within a couple days. Wow, isn't that funny how he pulled that out?" Because they've been trying for years to do it. They just leveraged that situation. It was never about BLM. It was about them wanting to do it anyway, but they used that leverage to push it through.
Yeah, and there's some weird stuff. There's some weird stuff going on. Now, in the case of Joe Glass, we'll talk about him here in a minute. He kind of works in the periphery of comics. I guess he's worked as a journalist. He does LGBTQ plus comics. He does crowdfunders. Very vocally anti-Comicsgate from my understanding.
Don't know him.
I don't care to know him. And I actually put a tweet out there today. I said, I've never personally had any interactions with Joe Glass or Mark Brooks or whatever. And I don't care to know them. And I think there are probably other editors and publishers out there, especially after the stuff that went down this week, that are like, I have no desire to work with them. Shut up.
Stop talking. Stay down.
But my understanding is that Joe Glass is constantly trying to get people to buy his stuff. He's always having financial problems. He's always, whatever. This is not going to help you.
So a comic artist?
Basically just a comic book artist current year. Yeah. So I think part of the issue, and again, I'm not inside this guy's head, I don't know, but part of the issue from what I have seen of these people is they nitpick everything when it comes to finances and money, whatever. They don't like the person's politics. So then because they don't like the person's politics, then that automatically equates to them lying about their numbers.
Here's the thing. You cannot like somebody or their products or whatever, and that's fine. You don't have to. The problem is when it crosses from I just don't like you to I'm making it my personal mission to cause you all kinds of problems, to make sure that, I'm out there doing things that, to try to tank you, to try to cause you problems. That's where the line gets drawn, and when people are personally being named and, doxxed and, different things, physical threats of violence are made against people over fucking comic books. That's when the line is crossed.
Yeah. And that's what, we have been sitting back and watching this situation go down. And it's like, God, we knew things were bad in comics from a business standpoint. I mean, that's the reason I noped out in like 2014, 2015 is I'm like, I can't afford to do this anymore. And it's getting really weird. People are getting too political. It's gone from people are getting too political, maybe low-key blacklisting people they don't like because of politics.
Low-key, but yeah.
At first it was. It's like, we're not going to work with so-and-so because your style's too dated.
Now brag about it.
Now they brag about it. But back then it was like we started to notice some stuff. It was like, okay, whatever. And it has escalated to, again, threats of physical violence, doxing, harassment, drama at comic book conventions. And now we've got this dude out there joking. And again, I think it probably was an really ill-conceived joke, but just realize that your Twitter is public. And even if people aren't saying anything, they're reading your shit. And in this case, it got the attention of this feminist organization, this feminist convention. So we're going to get into it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, over 276,000 subs. Woo! Thank you for the support. We do talk about comics, having worked in and around the industry for a number of years. I noped out in like 2014, 2015 because things were getting really weird. No, I would not consider us conservatives. No, we're not Comicsgate. We are sitting here with a bucket of popcorn and have been for years watching this whole thing go down. It's just batshit crazy. We knew comics was a weird industry. We had no idea how effing weird it actually was. Mm-hmm. So this went down last week. And again, we've had a couple of attempts at trying to be fair-ish on this issue. But basically, Joe Glass said on Twitter, and this is a public tweet, learned there's a turf conference coming to Cardiff this month.
Right, because if you're a woman and like to say you're a woman, that obviously makes you that.
Right. So this other guy, apparently another comics person, who's a pause a zombie boots of what the absolute fuck? So they're British, so I have to do. I
can't do accents, British? And I'm not even going to try because I'll just be offending people.
What the absolute fuck?
That's really bad.
Is it in a building that would be a loss if it got burnt down?
You sound like a bad Winnie the Pooh impersonation.
Oh, bother. Turfs are coming to town, Piglet. Pooh, we need to burn the building down.
Oh my God. I can't. And then he hears in the background, oh, thanks for noticing me. Oh my God. Eeyore's a turf.
What the fuck you doing? Oh, fuck you guys.
What would Tigger be saying? Let's go. Sorry.
Tigger's a turf. Tigger's been burnt. I don't know. Anyway, this is pre-Tigger. To which Joe Glass replies, and I'm not going to do the Winnie the Pooh voice. I don't know what he sounds like. Not sure yet. It's not been confirmed which hotel is hosting it. So, I mean, I think it's a really bad joke, but you really shouldn't be out there in public joking about burning down a building full of, as I gathered, Muslim women on Twitter.
Well, just women in general. But you know what? Is a woman anymore?
Well, you're not allowed to ask that question if you're a turf.
I don't understand. They're supposed they're always like, birthing people or, menstruating people, which I think is very shitty anyway, because there are women who are born female who cannot do either one of those things. So no, thank you. I'll just prefer the term woman. Also, I don't understand, isn't that the point? Like, if they're trans women, they want to be identified as women. So why are you separating them out further?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's actually not that's not doing them any favors, It really isn't.
So, this is Janice Turner, blue check, journalist, The Times, winner of the Orwell Prize for Journalism, calling out Joe Glass. Two men openly discussing what larks it would be if the venue holding the Philia Charity Conference on domestic violence, sexual abuse, and Iranian women, etc., was burned down.
Well, this is why we need a chart of what check boxes are more important than others. Because under normal circumstances, if it was any other convention, it would be probably okay they said this, because now they're targeting women, and they had to make sure they mentioned some of them are Iranian women. So that obviously is another checkbox. It's like dueling boxes. It probably would have been like, ha ha ha, if it wasn't about, these checkboxes trump their checkboxes.
You said Trump.
I don't care.
What's wrong with you? To which the blue check account, Philia, thanks to all who reported this threat to the police. We already had a meeting with the police, and the diary for today will bring these individuals to their attention, which they did. It made national news all over the damn place.
So the reason we're covering it.
The time for threatening women for a meeting to talk about the rights has long passed. Now, this is what's so ironic about all of this. Again, armchair observation. Isn't this what these people accuse YouTubers and Comicsgate of doing? Threatening women, threatening minorities, threatening violence, making people feel unsafe?
Well, they figured that their checkboxes excluded them. Then when you have those, you're allowed to say whatever.
Well, okay, so here we have Wales Online. And it's actually been picked up a couple of places. Now, ironically enough, because he's from Cardiff, Joe Glass has been highlighted in this publication.
Yeah, so they didn't name him in the article.
They did not name him in the article, which I thought was very interesting. Probably because he has a friend or two.
Well, probably because it would look bad that they were like promoting this person, and now this person...
Like Joe Glass. See all articles related to Joe Glass. Oh, look at all these articles you've done on Joe Glass.
Yeah, it would look bad that, he's now allegedly tied to this.
Yeah, Joe Glass's superheroes are sure to make you feel proud to be LGBT+. Police investigate apparent online threat to burn venue hosting a feminist conference in Cardiff. How times have changed.
Now, apparently, this person has apologized and removed and made their tweets private. Here's the thing: if just an apology would work, why do they keep harassing other people? In the past, I mean, these people like Joe and other people like him and other people have gotten mad about how stuff people have said, and the people have said, "Oh, I'm sorry, that was never good enough. An apology never was good enough, unless it's them giving an apology. Then it's okay."
So if this were an isolated incident, but again, we've got going all the way back to the beginning. Mags Visaggio calling for violence against dudes to get the baseball bat to the teeth. Again,
oh, yes, I remember.
Do I think Mags was being serious? Probably not. But, jokes are taken out of context by the other side, by the bad guys, and they get blown out of proportion. Groups of people out there. Let's see, this dude here. I remember this one. There's a comic shop owner in California who threatened to blow Ethan Van Sciver's effing face off, and then he had to close his shop. There was a pizza shop or something that got ransacked.
Yeah, I remember hearing these things in passing. Like I said, we don't keep up with... I don't. You keep up more than I do.
I hear about it. People send me links to shit. And look, here's the thing. For the most part, we don't really cover a lot of the Comicsgate drama. We cover it when it bleeds into the mainstream.
We cover it when it goes batshit and crosses the
When
lines.
everybody goes batshit, because I don't care. I don't care who likes who or who doesn't like who.
You're allowed to have those opinions.
You don't have to like everybody. Here's the thing. Comics has always been this way. Like, look, I've said before, you go to a big convention, they specifically will act like New York Comic Con's this weekend. They will specifically ask you, is there anybody you don't like? Because we're not going to sit you next to somebody you don't like.
People have been competitive for positions, different things have happened.
Somebody's sleeping with somebody else's wife.
Right, there's lots of reasons.
It happens.
You have reasons to have personal preferences. That's fine. The problem when it becomes like, I don't like, Ethan Van Sciver to I'm blowing your effing face. I want to blow your effing face off your skull.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
That's the difference, right? And again, you don't have to like Ethan. You don't have to like his comics. You can think his comics are terrible. You can think he's terrible. But you don't threaten to shoot somebody. Believe me, there are a lot of people in comics I fucking hate. There are a lot of them. I've got a list. But you know what? I just stay away from them. Mm-hmm. I just stay away from them.
And if you have to be involved with them in any capacity professionally, you just behave professionally and leave.
Behave professionally, and hopefully there's like an editor between us, and we can just be like, hey, I talk to you, I don't talk to them, as long as I'm talking to you and not to them, and everybody's doing their job.
We're good.
And we get paid. That's all I give a shit about, at the end of the day. But everybody's so effing touchy. So then we have this guy and Gabe Al-Taib, who I think I've talked to Gabe once or twice. He used to color. He's a guy who used to color for Superman, and then he either noped out or got fired from Superman when it became Superman's by son.
Okay.
And he was like, "Hey, conservatives are being blacklisted in comics," which people keep saying is not true. I'm telling you, it's true. Is it to the extent that some people are saying? That's debatable. But I can tell you that if you're openly Christian, openly conservative, it has been that way for a very long time. It just wasn't discussed openly, That's just the way it is, right? But this dude's Marvel artist, Mark Brooks, I've heard the name come up a lot, and apparently he got on a live stream and he's like threatening violence against Van Scott, like telling him to come to New York Comic Con, literally telling him to come to New York Comic Con, he's going to punch him. What the hell?
Not very smart.
What the actual fuck is this? Well, then there was a thing going on between him and Gabe El Taib at San Diego Comic Con too. He took a picture in front of his booth or something.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, just, you know what? You go to your corner, leave each other the fuck alone.
And not like the corner of the ring where like ding 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 fight. No, not like that.
No, if you want to do that, find a alley I don't know. It'd be really sad. You'd have a couple of middle-aged men just kind of slap fighting each other. Mark Waid, who was leading the charge against YouTubers and Comicsgate and all that shit, got told to shut up by Rob Liefeld.
That was actually pretty funny though.
That was fucking hilarious. Because I think things are changing. I think what's going on is that, because if somebody comes up to you and says, the bigots and the racists and the homophobes are trying to take over comics and they're threatening violence against people and violence against women. They don't like Muslim women very much. They'd like to see them maybe get in a hotel fire or something. Yeah, you'd be like, oh my God, that's horrible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and this other guy, he was threatening to blow somebody's face off if he ever showed up at oh my God, those bigots, those racists.
They voted for Trump, right?
This other person, baseball bat to the teeth of a particular group of people she didn't like. Oh my God, Comicsgate's awful. It's like, no, we're not talking about them. We're talking about the good guys. Yeah. We're talking about the good guys. Like, I think the anti-movement has lost all credibility with editors and publishers and anybody paying attention, except for the handful of people who have personally felt slighted. Like, you're going to have your Mags Visaggio and your Heather Ontos and all those people that were, in the crosshairs. They're going to hold a grudge from now until the end of time. Mark Brooks is going to hold a grudge from now until the end of time. But what happens is, a lot of times these people slip and then they start saying really dumb shit. And then everybody else in the industry kind of looks at it and is like, wait, you're the ones that were telling us that the Comicsgate people were the bad guys and you're batshit crazy. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe this is all blown out of proportion. Maybe we should just stop giving a shit about any of it. And
the ones that are left actually give a shit about comics.
The ones that are left actually give a shit. I think things are going to change. I think with the regime change.
This kind of stuff does more damage to caring about comics. Like by the time the Lord of the Rings show came out, I was so tired of hearing that I was a bigot before it even came out because I'm white and a woman that, and doesn't like Lord of the Rings, that I didn't even bother watching it. She-Hulk, I haven't seen any episodes, even though I might watch the Daredevil one, but I haven't seen any episodes because I've been told so many times that I'm a terrible person and I'm a misogynist and all this other shit if I don't agree with things, that by the time it shows up, I don't care. I don't watch it. Same thing with the comics. What ones you did have left, you're pushing out the door. Not smart.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, you can tie the decline in monthly comics to a lot of the drama going on in comics right now and people just noping out. They're like, I don't give a shit. Whose side, whatever. Too much freaking drama. I'm out. I don't want to deal with it. Hey, manga's looking pretty good. Manga doesn't sass me back.
Nope.
I can just read manga. There we go, guys. So yeah, you're not the good guys. It's becoming more and more apparent that they're not the good guys. And again, I'm not saying everybody on the other side of things is 100% correct.
But the majority of people who are in the middle are just like, what the hell?
I'm looking at this and I'm like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you cannot claim the moral high ground and threaten women, threaten other artists, even if you don't like them, threaten people with a baseball bat.
I can assure you that there's people that Neon does not like, but he has not threatened any of them.
I have not threatened any of them.
Because you're confident enough in your abilities and to where we're at that you don't feel the need to threaten them.
I know my dick is bigger than theirs, so
I didn't mean it that way.
I don't need
I didn't mean it that way, but okay.
threaten anybody. I just be like, usually I'm corporate nice. Like, I'll be like, okay, well, you have a good day, sir. And really, I'm like, that asshole, I am never working with him. But that's how you do it. You don't have to do this shit. Just stop it. Just all of this shit needs to stop. Go make your comic books. Nobody has to buy somebody else's comic books. Who gives a shit? You go to your corner. You go to your corner.
This is like elementary school. I'm gonna move your desk over here because you cannot get along with these two can't get along.
Quit pulling Mag's hair. Mag's what? Put
the bat down.
Put the bat down, Mags. Recess is over. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up.
Could have a while ago, but yes.
All right. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.